Today we have a very special guest in our Caught by Surprise. I'm super excited to have him here. And one of the main reasons is as we know, Canada is a small business country, right? We have 98% of the companies out there with less than 500 employees. During this situation, I think nothing better than hear from Kevin Peesker, or Microsoft president, what's going on in the market, what's going on inside Microsoft, and what are some good messages and advices that he can share with us. So in this new norm, what changed it for you, and how are you working from home?
Wow, yeah, I think I'm one of probably what do we have as an employee base? Something like 11 million Canadians are employed across the country in various forms or more, and pretty much everyone has had some form of a change. So I'm consistent with that. For me, Guy, you probably know, I travel over 100 to 150 days a year. And so being grounded in a sense, not being spending a lot of time in airplanes and airports is actually the first time in my entire career where I've been so stable. We're super fortunate at Microsoft. We were already fully deployed on teams, and I was consistently engaging with global teams, 15, 20 countries.
What can you share with this community in Canada, customers and partners, that you're seeing inside Microsoft globally?
Immediately, the company went into this kind of sense of crisis management mode, which brought about an entirely different cadence of running the business, and also reframed the prioritization of what was important and what decisions needed to be made. It was amazing to see the importance of leadership as well, where Satya Nadella, who runs a company of over 150,000 people in every corner of the globe, Satya literally changed the entire cadence of his leadership team from once per week to every single day. And from a business perspective, this idea of not operating with full information as a leader is one of the areas of agility that we've really had to adjust to. The ability to not just connect, but to then be able to dialogue, especially in a meeting scenario, through a robust chat window, to be able to have side comments, to be able to pull in information, presentations, co-authoring, whiteboarding, co-collaboration that occurs, to be able to find the documents that you need to have a successful meeting, to be able to then determine in real time co-creating and what are the priorities that we're going to execute on, getting alignment, and then moving on. I think that's where the power of the technology comes into play.
When you look at our country, when you look at Canada, you're spending time with our big customers, our enterprise customers, banks, healthcare, right? All these institutions, including the public sector as well. Do you have any message you can share with us looking from the top?
I think there's a few components. One, by the way, that I would recommend to everyone to have a read of is McKinsey came out with an article called COVID-19 Implications for Business. If you search that, you'll see one of their effective white papers that they produced. When it comes to small business, and dependent upon the scope of the small business, people, every member of the team is rolling up their sleeves and active to drive success. And so the criticality then of what are the immediate decisions that need to be made? How do I keep my business operating? How do I augment the services I'm providing in a real-time way? And then how do I ensure this communication stream with my customers, my suppliers, and others so that I can manage the challenge through its evolution? It is really, really difficult and challenging. And then there's this other piece, though, of this concept of relentless prioritization. Most small business leaders are situated as there's day-to-day operations, but then they're also thinking about, well, geez, what can my business evolve into in a year or 2 years, or what's my long-term vision? Right now, it's a real 3 hours, 3 days, 3 months kind of mindset, a real compact component, and then the relentless prioritization within that of what needs to be executed.
Thank you so much for this time. I'm sure all the customers and partners out there are going to have a lot of good time learning from you.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much, Keith.